Right, Mike.
Day 3, the authentic strategy. What's good? Get big contracts. Facebook group. Got an interesting, a very different type of presentation today that I'm going to share with you guys. So give it a second. Let everybody hop on here. I'll pull it up on my phone. And it's going to be more of a Q&A type style towards the end of this. So get your questions ready because we've got some good ones for you guys here. So give me 1 minute. Cool. What's up, Suzanne? If you guys are on here, give me a hashtag live. Welcome back to day 3. Everybody that's here right now, love it that you guys are here. So I'm just getting everything situated. It's been a crazy day on my end, but I'm excited to share this presentation with you guys. So 2 minutes. Cool. Let me. All right. See, we got some lives. Megan, Suzanne, Kelsey, Dirk. What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Let me share my screen and we'll jump into this. Cool. Oh, by the way, going to be giving out this this sheet at the end for anyone that stays on here. So if you want the sheet, make sure you stay on here and you're paying attention and you're engaging. So that way I can hook you guys up. So today's training is going to be a little bit different than the previous 2 trainings. As you've noticed, other 2 trainings, we had a nice presentation, nice slideshow deck, but today it's going to be a little bit different. And what we're going to cover in day 3 is the authentic strategy. And more importantly, we're going to be covering a very valuable lesson that I learned from losing $30,000 and how I kind of developed this authentic strategy, if you will. And more importantly, what a monthly multiplier is, otherwise known as an MM, and why it's going to be so important for your business. So if you guys are excited for this training, give me a hashtag MM down below. You're going to learn something that took me $30,000 of a loss in 1 month to learn. And more importantly, how you can avoid this and how it will help you get better results. So hashtag MM down below if you want me to jump in on this and spread some light so you guys don't make the same mistake, and also learn how to close bigger deals from this, because something I wish I would have learned a while ago, and I wish somebody would have just sat me down and told me this. Kind of blows my mind, especially all the money that I've invested in mentors that no one actually ever told me something this simple. But I'm going to share it with you guys on this call and it'll help, I promise. So my teal water bottle, ready to rock and roll. So first things first, one thing I've learned in business, and I've been doing this for a little over 5 years now, is always be authentic. Always be authentic. And when I first started out in the agency space, I wasn't always authentic. I would tell clients I could do something that I couldn't do. I would tell them, I would build up a big resume in my mind and portray it to them in a way that was at the time unethical, right? And I gradually, it's something you learn the more you go, because, you know, especially when you're first getting started, it's like you just got to figure out ways to get deals and learn from it. But it got to the point where I was putting too much on my plate, things that I couldn't even do, and telling clients I could do it, and then just like falling short on what I could do. So the authentic strategy was developed not just within 1 month, even though I did learn, it kind of hit me, it kind of slapped me in the face after this month, because when you lose $30,000 in a month, it doesn't feel good. I promise you that. But it's also something you learn from. And needless to say, I've learned a lot from this. So one of my vows to myself is anything in business, whether it's coaching students, whether it is signing up a new client to run ads for, whatever it is, I will be 100% authentic and 100% true with what I do. And first thing that got to be true and authentic with you guys is I did not get a chance to, sorry, getting text messages. I did not get a chance to create the slideshows. That's why we're doing this, unfortunately. But I'm going to over deliver for you guys and hook you guys up with a bonus sales tracker, just because, to be honest, things have been crazy. Running an agency and a coaching program, it's a lot of work, but I love it. So let's jump into it. The story about how I lost $30,000 in one single month and the lessons I learned. So basically, without going into a huge detail on the story, because I want to give you guys the main concepts of this and what you can learn from it, is we ended up, we were always doing the 3-month to 6-month commitment aspect for our business. And we ended up getting a big referral partner that said, hey, we will send you all these clients, but the deal is you have to only do it for 1 month. And, at the time, it was like, of course, it was $50,000 worth of clients that was coming in within like 10 days. So, we naturally, of course, were like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. We'll bend the rules for you just this one time. And what happened was this referral client, I don't know exactly what he was telling his clients, but the long story short with all this is we signed up a little over 50 grand worth of new clients within like 10 days, which was awesome. And right away, what happened was, our process is very unique and very specific. Some clients get amazing results right away. Some don't. If you ever ran ads before, you understand that there's location, there's testing, and there's the which I'll explain here in a second and why it's so important for our agency. But basically what happened was majority of those clients did not see an ROI in the first month, right? This is why we do a 3-month commitment, because, and I'll explain the in a second, but majority of these clients did not see an ROI in the first month. So what happened was, after the first month of not seeing an ROI, I guess for some reason, the guy that referred them promised them or said something about them potentially, getting all these amazing clients right away, getting new patients in the door right away, because the referral that sent us over there, he got an ROI in the first month. So I'm guessing what happened was he talked up a big storm about how great our services are, which they are really good. But not everybody sees an ROI in the first month. And that's why we do 3-month commitments. However, these clients that got referred to us, again, it was like 50 to like 60, maybe even 70K worth of new clients that we ended up getting. A lot of them didn't see an ROI in the first month. So what ended up happening was they ended up charging us back, asking for refunds, and all this stuff that was just out of our control because we didn't do the 1-month commitments. And what I'm trying to get at with this is we ended up losing $30,000 that month. And the biggest thing that I can learn from this is, and what I want to help you guys out with, is make sure that when you're doing this, you're sticking to the principles of your business. We're laying the groundwork, what we did in the previous days, but you have to stick to the groundwork of it. And one of the things for our groundwork that's always been successful for us, because any client that we get on a 3-month commitment, we will get results. But when you break the rules just because there's a great opportunity in front of you, things didn't work out too well for us. We lost $30,000, and it was a nightmare dealing with chargebacks, dealing with refunds and all that stuff. So my biggest advice for anyone out there is stick to the model. And the model is the monthly multiplier. It's used to increase the time you have to get the best results for your clients, which will ultimately give you a bigger contract. So the way you kind of set up a monthly multiplier, is you develop how many months your system is, right? Like, what are the phases of your months? For us, we have month 1, month 2, and month 3. We do at bare minimum 3-month commitments just because that's how our clients get the best results. And then we upsell them after month 3 into a bigger contract. Now, for us, the way that we structure this is usually, and this is just the broad terms of it because I want to do an exercise with you guys to help you get your own on here as well, is month 1 is what we call the testing phase. We're building up data. We're making sure that we have the data to go into month 2 the right way. And by the way, this is how you pitch 3-month commitments when you're talking to your clients, because when you're talking to your clients, you want to make sure that they understand the basics and why you're doing a 3-month commitment and why it makes sense. So you will go to them and say, hey, we do it in 3-month commitments. Month 1 is what we call the testing phase, right? We have to build up the data. We have to go through lead forms to determine if we're getting good quality from there. If we're not doing good quality from lead forms, then we got to go over to landing pages and go back and forth and just build up a bunch of testing, right? So that's usually month 1. Month 2 is what we like to call trimming down the fat, right? So once we have the data, We find out, hey, is the lead forms performing? If not, okay, well, maybe the landing pages are performing a little bit better. What we're going to do now is go ahead and trim down the fat, meaning kill what's not working and scale what is. So, for example, if lead forms weren't working, you would go and landing pages were bringing in better quality. You would obviously just cut the lead forms, bring in the better quality. And that's what you really do in month 2, which we call trimming down the fat. Now, month 3 is what we call scaling. And, I have in here scale like Christian Bale, because that's really how these marketing campaigns work and why it's more ethical for you to close a 3-month deal rather than a 1-month deal, because in marketing, you can't do all these things within 30 days. You can't, it's very hard to do a testing phase, trimming down the fat, and scaling all within 30 days, because we're building data here, and data is the key indicator. So that's why in month 3, once you are able to build the data, trim down the fat, and scale it, that's how you get the best results for your clients, and you get a bigger contract in the makings. Because think about it, by month 3, you'll have the data. The data is either going to tell you like, hey, you know what you're doing, and this is what you can figure out in month 1 is, hey, you know what you're doing, keep it up. Or, hey, you need to go find somebody that can help you get the better results for this. Because the reason most marketing agencies fail is because they do 1-month commitments, and then in 1 month, if they can't get the results for the client, or they don't see an ROI, the client just leaves. And it's bad for your business. It's bad for their business, because you're simply going out there and just charging someone $2,000, $3,000 for 1 month, when in reality, marketing takes months to get results. Like, in order to build up the right data, you have to be doing 3 months at minimum. Anyone that comes out here and says, well, hey, I just turned on a Facebook ad and started making millions within the first month, they're full of shit, because they either have the data. If they did do that, they have the data. And if they didn't do that, they're full of shit. It's simple as that. So this is the monthly multiplier. This is why it's so important. You need to have the MM in place in your business. You need to be doing bigger contracts. You, at minimum, do 3-month commitments. And we kind of went over on this call how to do a 3-month commitment. So what I want to do is come up on section number 4 here and create kind of like a little example for you guys of how I would name this. And we'll kind of just build it out from there. But in the meantime, what I want to do, because this is more of a sales type training, and I thought about this a lot, was, with sales, I can type up like some sort of script or something, but to get you guys the best results, I need to know like where you're at, what you're doing, and what you're struggling with, so I can give you the right feedback, right? So as I'm creating this out, I want you guys to comment down below what type of sales you guys like. What's your sales system like? Are you struggling with sales? What type of commitments are you doing? What type of questions that you have specifically? And we'll kind of base it off there, and I'll answer those. So let me grab this drink, and then we'll build out this live example, and then answer your guys' questions. All right. Givan, Sophia, Hassan, welcome to the training, day 3. Drop your questions down below on sales. What I want to do for this one is create you guys an example. So basically, the way I like to structure these is by referring to them as like specific phases, right? And this is something that you'll want to develop in your own agency. What I'd recommend you do is even do it on the call with us right now, if you can, is develop your phases. So like phase 1 would be something where, instead of calling it like the testing phase, you could call it like the data gathering. You could just have it like, this. Data gathering phase, right? You want to come up with something unique to your business and your offer, because that's what's going to separate you apart from everybody else. Kind of like what we were talking about before. You need to have something that's kind of separate, and you have like that branding towards your own business, right? So trimming down the fat was what we call in phase 2. You guys can obviously use that if you want. You can even call it like the fat trimming phase. Right, whatever you want to do, you just come up with something unique. And then phase 3 would be really the scaling phase, where scaling, you could even call it like going to Mars. I don't know, whatever you want to do, come up with something unique for that. But again, main thing, and this is going to be your guys' homework for the night. What is your monthly multiplier? Example, like what's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and how big of contracts are you guys signing for your clients? So kind of curious right now. Let me know in the comments what type of contracts you're currently doing and what you plan on doing, because you guys, the biggest lesson I learned from this $30,000 loss was that you have to be authentic, and you have to be doing it the right way. And a lot of people don't talk about it in the marketing space is that you have to have bigger contracts for your clients, because when you do bigger contracts, it's going to give you more room to perform. So that's what we've got for the day 3 training on here. Let me come in here. Let me see what type of questions you guys have on here. Let's see. What's the main difference between a month 1 contract and a month 2 contract, or a 3-month? What's the main difference between 1 month and 3 month? Yeah, kind of like what we just talked about is you need to be, the reason you don't want to do 1 month is because it's harder to get your client an ROI up front. And when you do a 3-month, it's one, you're going to have them in there longer. So it's building more MRR for your business, which helps you scale and have a more predictable income. And then number 2 is it's better to get your clients results, because you can use that data, you can use that money to go ahead and make sure that they are getting the right results, whether that means seeking out to paying someone for a consulting call, doing your research, getting in a group, a mentorship, whatever it is. Those are always the best ways. Let's see. Struggling with sales and doing month to month, was trying to do 3 months, but not much success. Now plan on sticking with it and pivoting my sales system. Suzanne, I think that's awesome. The main thing that we found when pitching 3 months is it's honestly easier than pitching a 1 month, because a lot of these business owners, they don't really understand marketing, and it's your job to explain it to them. If you can explain it to them on the call, why a 3-month is so important. And if you break it down in phases like that, and even if you throw some images, that helps a lot. And to be honest, like we've talked to a lot of our clients about the 1 month, 3 month, and they say 1 month commitments, because we work with a lot of chiropractors and they've worked with a lot of ad agencies. Anytime someone does a 1 month for them, they say immediately that it's more of a beginner, right? So it's one of those things where you want to prove that you're an expert in the industry. And by proving you're an expert in the industry, you got to understand that the industry requires building data. And, some clients get an ROI in 1 month and some don't. That's marketing. That's why you have to do 3 months. Even when I've run ads for myself, like, I didn't, like, even recently I put up some ads, spent about $4,000 or $5,000. I didn't see any return on investment in the first month. Like I didn't see anything. Month 2, we broke even, which was awesome. But it's like, you have to have that mindset. And a lot of people don't have that when they get into this space. Currently planning a $1,250 monthly offer or $6,000 for 3 months retainer. Thoughts? Kaveen, I think that's awesome. One of the things that I would recommend to look into is calling your agency model like a program, right? So if you're going to be doing a 6 month, let's just say like this, your 3 month offer is a program, right? So you could say, well, instead of pitching for like a month to month, you could pitch it as a program, meaning that let's say your typical monthly cost is $6,000, or typical monthly cost $2,000, right? That's going to be $6,000. So what you can do is you can pitch that as a 3-month bundle, right? Instead of saying, well, it's just month to month, be like, well, our Get Clients on Autopilot program is a 90-day program, and we typically charge $9,000 for it, but for a fast action bonus, you can get in today for $7,000 or something like that. That way, you can pitch that to them. And then if they can't afford $7,000 up front, there's a couple options you can do with that. Is you can go in there and you can have a financing team. You can find a financing team for that, or you can go in there and just have a monthly payment for them. So it'd be the same thing as like a month-to-month offer. And then you would just sign them up for, and then tell them after 3 months, we'll reevaluate after that. But if you're happy after 3 months, then we'll talk about pricing being X amount, 2,000 a month or something like that. I know a lot of people that's had success with that. What if we don't have images with success for the testimonials? Then that's fine. Honestly, like we're at the, as long as if you educate the client on the call and prove them that you're an expert in the industry, you don't need testimonials. Like, I mean, we split tested in our ads or our demos, testimonials versus non-testimonials, and our close rate's the same. It's just because our pitch deck and how we structure everything is just so spot on that we are the experts in the industry. So testimonials, if you have them, I would recommend using them because, I mean, it obviously doesn't hurt and 100% has to help just because of the social proof. But if you don't have them, I would transition to be showing yourself as the expert in the industry. And when you prove yourself, it's laying the foundation. If you prove to them that you're the expert in the industry, then they're going to side with you and listen to everything that you say. Let's see what else we got on here. Okay, so we covered that. Cole, Ismail, thanks for hopping on. #live. Cool. Okay, so we're about right on time. We're out in the 30-minute mark, as usual, which happy to see. I'll answer this. Offer programs over 1 month contracts, GBC value point. Yep. Okay, being 100%. Try it out, man. Let me know. Actually, I've done it a couple times. It's worked pretty well, but you know, our bulletproof offer, we've changed, so we don't use that in the bulletproof offer anymore. But I would definitely test it out because I mean, that's how you can get a big contract like that. I mean, you can even pitch it as a 12K program and get them in for 10K, right? So let me know how that goes, man. The next thing I would say, I want to cover with you guys is I want to hook you guys up with this bonus sales tracker. If you guys want this sales tracker so you can keep track of everything and have a sexy looking spreadsheet with everything that populates, check this out. All you have to do is first give me the smash, those likes, the hearts, hit those down below. And then, I mean, check this out. It's got literally like every month on here that you need. And all these things update onto the annual one. So once you're tracking your numbers, you'll be able to know where you're at in your business, where you need to go, and really how to scale, because really scaling your business is simply knowing your numbers. So smash that heart, smash that thumbs down below. And then if you want this, give me a comment, #GBC sales down below, and we'll reach out to you and give that to you as a present for, you know, making it to day 3, whether you're on the live, whether you're on the replay. I want to hook you guys up. And I realize that the best way by doing that is getting people as engaged as possible and giving away as many things as possible. So I hope you guys found value in this call today, because to be honest with you, like, I wish, let me stop sharing my screen. I wish somebody would have told me the simple strategy of understanding your business by providing 3-month commitments up front, because like I would, that's $30,000 I would have saved right there. You know, it's a lot of money for your business. So you can do a lot with 30K. Anyways, you live and you learn, right? It happens, but #GBC sales down below, and we'll get you that sales tracker within the next 24 hours. And then also, I forgot where'd that go? Lost my screen. Oh, homework. I'll post the homework in like 10 minutes after this. Just name, what is the name of your monthly multiplier, and like build out the phases. But that's it for today, guys. Day 3 is completed, and I will see you on day 4 tomorrow, 11 a.m. PST. Get that homework done. Catch you guys later.